If you are learning cybersecurity, there's a good chance you have already used C without even realizing it. Memory, pointers, overflow bugs, everyone talks about them, and it feels like a completely different universe. Here is the part most people miss. Most of the tools and challenges we explore in cybersecurity come from C, but almost nobody in cybersecurity actually learns it. So I decided to change that. I'm learning C from absolute zero, specifically for hackers. And this brings us to the real question: why does C matter so much? C is one of the closest languages to how computers actually work. So, when you write C, there are no safety layers hiding things from you. Basically, you are working directly with how data is stored, how memory is organized, how instructions are executed, and how the systems behave when something goes wrong. This is exactly what we work with in cybersecurity when something crashes, leaks data, or behaves in a strange way. It is a program behaving exactly how it was written to behave, and very often that behavior comes from C. So, reason number one to learn C is you finally understand memory instead of guessing. In C, data is not abstract, so you see where numbers live, you see how strings are stored, and you see how data moves through memory. Many vulnerabilities exist for one simple reason: a program puts memory where it shouldn't. So once you understand how memory is laid out, those vulnerabilities stop being mysterious. Reason number two is C gives you dangerous freedom. Languages like Python protect you, they stop you from making many mistakes, but C does not. In C, you can overwrite memory, you can corrupt data, you can crash your program with a single mistake. Now, that sounds bad, but this freedom is how you learn what's actually happening inside a program. For hackers, this is not a downside, this is the whole point. Our last reason, it's because the systems we test are built from C. So, operating systems, networking tools, firmware, many binaries all start as C code. So for example, when you analyze a binary, you are looking at C translated into machine instructions. So even if you never plan to become a C developer, C keeps showing up in your cybersecurity journey. Now, before going further, I want to be very clear about something. I am not a C expert and I'm not pretending to have years of low-level programming experience. I'm just learning C from scratch, step by step, and documenting everything honestly. Now, I already studied cybersecurity, but that doesn't mean I know which parts of C matter the most. So this series is about discovering that. Nice. Now, since this is an introduction, let me explain how the series will be structured. In the first episodes, we will focus on how a C program looks, how to write one, compile it and run it. Then we will move into variables, user input and simple program logic. After that, we will work with arrays, strings, loops and functions and start building small programs. Later in the series, we will talk about memory, addresses, pointers, what happens inside function calls, and how programs manage data. We will also pause programs, inspect them, debug them, and observe what happens when things go wrong. Finally, we will look at crashes, unexpected behavior, and what happens when a program receives more data than it expects. This is the foundation behind many real vulnerabilities. So, that is the plan, from zero knowledge of C to understanding program behavior specifically for hackers. So if you want to follow along, make sure to subscribe so you do not miss episode 1. Thank you for watching, see you next time, stay curious and stay safe. Bye bye!